I wish that I could say the title of this video was clickbait, but it's really not, as our lead actress really does blame this movie for ruining her career. Now, Nurse has been on my radar for a good number of years now, purely because the amount of drama that went on behind the scenes of this movie is insane. And of course, I will talk about all of it in my review. But now I need to know, is the movie as good as all the drama that actually surrounds the movie? Because the drama's good. But if you don't know anything about Nurse from 2013, let me quickly fill you in. Nurse from 2013 is a slasher horror. By day, Abby Russell is a dedicated nurse, someone you wouldn't hesitate to trust your life with, but by night, her real work begins, luring cheating men to their brutal deaths and exposing them for who they really are. When a younger nurse starts to suspect Abby's actions and compromises her master plan, Abby must find a way to outsmart her long enough to bring the cheater you'd least expect to justice. If you're new here, I'm Hannah and I am the head of the Horde, and I talk about horror movies here on my channel on Mondays and Fridays. But as always, when it comes to watching movies that I have never seen before, I'm now going to go and watch Nurse off camera. So that way, if you want to watch the movie about the killer femme fatale nurse, nothing will be spoilt for you, because nobody wants to watch a movie that you've just watched somebody else watch from start to finish, and I keep it spoiler free here on my channel, because nobody, and I mean nobody, likes spoilers.
Put on some pants!
So this movie is basically just Paz de la Huerta, who plays the lead character Abby, casually forgetting to wear underwear. Like, this movie is very cheek heavy, and we're not just talking the ladies, like, there's a lot of cheek going on from a lot of people in this movie. My eyes! The character of Nurse Abby reminds me of a very stripped back version of Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Both are incredibly driven by what they want. They have very different motives, but they are relentless in pursuing the things that they want. Now, the thing with Abby is, she starts off with this motive of being a femme fatale that goes after, like, cheating men and bringing them to justice by murdering them and blah blah blah, as you see in the very beginning when she first forgets to wear underwear under her dress, which is nearly completely see-through. But in the middle, this kind of takes a back seat and she becomes very obsessed with Nurse Danny, who is the nurse that she's trained up to become a nurse. And she forms this very, like, one-sided lesbian relationship, which Danny is 100% not here for, because Danny's got a partner, and he's played by Corbin Bleu, and his name I cannot remember. But it suddenly becomes very single white female, if you know what that is referring to. Like, that's kind of the plot of this movie. Like, you get a beginning section that's like, let me kill the cheating men. And then after that, I think she kills one other cheating man and becomes completely obsessed with a nurse. The overdubbing in this is horrendous. It is so horrible and it is glaringly obvious. And it makes me question why you would pick somebody to be in a movie if you don't like the way they sound or if they've got an accent that they can't get rid of, beyond the fact that you probably thought that this lady was attractive, and that seems to be the kind of base level for this. But Paz de la Huerta, who plays Nurse Abby, I think it's about time that we talk about everything that was going on around this time, because this lady is messy, like gloriously messy, and I kind of need to unpack all of this.
Ready, kids?
Back in 2011, she was actually sued by an MTV reality star who has since faded into, like, obscurity, so we don't need to talk about them. And she was actually sentenced to 12 weeks of alcohol rehabilitation because she had a problem with alcohol. It is actually the reason that she was fired from Empire Boardwalk, along with other things that were going on at the time. And she claims that she was actually blackmailed into taking part in this movie because while everything was going on with Empire Boardwalk, she alleges, and I have to say alleges in this case because at the moment, there is a retrial going on involving the person that I'm about to talk about. She alleges that she was assaulted by a man named Harvey, who we all know, you know who I'm talking about. She alleges that she was assaulted twice by this man, which then led to her alcohol dependency. As I said, she alleges that she was blackmailed into taking part, and I quote from that interview, "this B movie." And while on set, she was hit by an ambulance being driven by a stunt driver. She claims that it wasn't a stunt driver. There have been, like, various quotes saying it was and it wasn't, so I can't really give an opinion on this. which caused her to then be in and out of hospital for the next 2 years. She then claims / alleges that before the court case of the man involving the guy called Harvey, that she was blackmailed into taking 300 milligrams of Seroquel, which is, like I said, this is messy. This woman is messy. And she is also in hiding from her own parents because as a child they used to do satanic rituals on her. Now, taking all of this into account, and considering that she was probably not in the best headset and still had alcohol problems at this time, I can't get over how horrible her performance is in this. I just don't buy her as this, like, femme fatale killer. Like, a really great bod alone does not make a super cool, like, sexy killer lady. Like, her performance is so over the top and unbelievable, but she is completely dead behind the eyes. Like, there is no emotion whatsoever coming from it. Like, it's very obvious that she thought this movie was beneath her, going off the interviews that I have read since. It's just, she didn't want to be there. Like, she was being paid to be there, but she didn't want to be there. And then they gave her the bell end bob haircut. Like, I can't take a killer lady with that haircut seriously. Her performance just feels so meh compared to everybody else in this. Like, Catherine Bowden as Danny is great, Corbin Bleu is great, Kathleen Turner's in this, Niecy Nash as Regina is my highlight for this entire movie. Like, every time Regina popped up on screen, you knew there was going to be a sarcastic, quick-witted comment. Like, the smiley face stickers when she yells at the woman, "I'm not a smiley face kind of person, have you got an angry face one?" Gone. But I will watch Niecy Nash in anything. Like, she is the best thing in this entire movie. And if I could have had Niecy Nash as a femme fatale going around killing people, can I have that as a horror comedy instead, please? Because that I would watch.
Make it happen, Steve.
The CGI blood is a bit of a choice, but this was the era when everything was getting 3D, like, thrust into it, because why the hell not? We've got the technology, let's put 3D in absolutely everything. So I would bet every single penny that I own, which is not very much, that the CGI blood in this is the 3D stuff. And I don't have a pair of 3D glasses just randomly lying around my house to check this out, because the DVD, while it kept all the 3D stuff in it, doesn't actually tell you that it's 3D. It just looks horrible. It looks horrible. It's even got, and if you've seen Saw, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with Saw 7. It has got the compulsory in a horror movie that's 3D shot of weapons flying towards the screen. And in this case, it's scalpels and medical equipment. Like, it is, that stuff I could do without. I could just give me good old blood. Give me, like, the practical effects stuff. That's all I want. But I do have to admit that the very end of this movie is gory, it's bloody, it's violent. Like, that, the ending of this is great. And I would have loved more of that throughout this entire movie. Plus, they just wanted Paz de la Huerta to take all her clothes off again. Like, I swear to God, like, half of her in this movie is just her walking around with no pants on and wobbling down corridors in her nurse outfit, complete with Jeffrey Campbell wedges. Like, they're a blast from the past, but yeah, that's the plot of the movie. And if it's not obvious, the ending is the best bit. Like, full on gory, full on bloody, like, super violent. It's what I wanted. It's what I wanted from this movie. Like, I wanted, like, a sexy badass lady that happens to be a nurse by day and is feral by night, and it wasn't quite what I got.
It's okay, I guess.
Side note, I about lost my damn mind when the song Kill of the Night by Gin Wigmore came on. There are 3 songs in this entire movie and 2 of them are great. But Gin Wigmore is a personal favourite of mine, and if you have never heard of her, go and give her albums Holy Smokes and Gravel and Wine a listen to, but if you don't have enough time, just listen to Black Sheep. Like, and come back and thank me later, because she's an underrated artist and she deserves a bit more love. If you like the artist Duffy, you will like the sound of Gin Wigmore. In the end, I am actually going to give Nurse from 2013 a 3 out of 5 stars. And some of you may think that that's quite a high rating considering everything that I've just said, but let me explain. There is a fine line between trashy and campy, and occasionally you find a movie that very finely walks that line between the two, and that is Nurse, but I will say it is certainly wobbling more into the trashy side of things, and it's about as stable as Paz de la Huerta is in her Jeffrey Campbell wedges, because that woman couldn't walk a straight line in this movie. Like, you watch her wobble and it's accidentally one of the funniest things in the movie. The gore in this, I love. The ending is certainly worth getting to, but you need to stick with it. And it's got, like, Niecy Nash wins this movie an extra half a star because she, as Regina, makes this entire movie watchable. But my opinion isn't the only one that matters, which begs the question, should you personally watch Nurse from 2013? If you like your horror movies flavoured with femme fatales, single white female plots, blackmail, buckets of blood, or anything that is listed here, then you may like Nurse from 2013. So there you have it, my initial thoughts and my review for my first time watching Nurse from 2013. If you've also seen this movie, I would love to know your thoughts on it down in the comment section down below. And if you are interested in watching it, click the description bar because there'll be a link to justwatch.com so you can find out where it is streaming in your country. If you would like to know where else you can find me, I am also over on Instagram and Letterboxd at HordesOfHorror, where I post every single horror movie that I watch, not just the ones I talk about here on YouTube. But speaking of YouTube, I'll be back on Monday with another solo movie review. And this time, I can't watch another modern movie. I need something that's a little bit trashy. So we're going back to the 90s, but we're going back to a movie that's as old as I am. We're going back to 1991 because some practical effects came across my feed recently and I saw it and went, oh my god, there's a giant zombie poodle. So we're watching The Boneyard from 1991 because feral demon zombie children certainly appeals to me. So until next time, bye. An extra special thank you though to my regenerators here within the Horde for their support over on Patreon.